Hello and welcome back to my Apparat and YouTube channel on LELB Society. I am Dr. Hariri. I'm going to teach you one of the other units of 1100 words you need to know. To be more specific, week 18, day 1. Let me see if there is any flashcard. Spontaneous. Spontaneous means something unplanned. Suddenly you just want to do something. As you see, the people want to take a collective photo, a selfie. Again, spontaneous. Invalidate is cancel. Abolish also you can say. Incoherent. You see the clothes and the dress, let's say worn by this lady is incongruous or incoherent. It means they do not match with each other. They don't make a fit. This is patient. And that's it. Okay. You can find our website at lelb.net if it is the first time you are following the courses. New words. Abortive. Abortive means in vain, means without any useful result. Abortive. Modify. To change, alter. Accommodate, to make room for something. It has a very large scope of meanings. We should see where exactly it has been used, but it means actually to provide room, to allow for somebody something, and so on and so forth. Let's see where exactly it has been used. Spontaneous, as I said, it means unplanned. Innate means natural, means something original, built in. Okay. Words in context. Teaching chimpanzees to talk. The short form or abbreviated form of chimpanzee is chimp. We have it in the text. Okay. The resourceful psychologists at the University of Nevada have made splendid progress in vocabulary development in chimpanzees. Resourceful, effective, prominent, and efficient psychologists at the University of Nevada or at Nevada University have made splendid, marvelous, outstanding progress in vocabulary development in chimpanzees. Following a number of abortive attempts or efforts to teach French, German, and English to chimps or chimpanzees, the researchers persevered, did not quit. They just continued, persisted in, until they hit upon the American Sign Language system. Hit upon means stumble upon. Let me use the realize, notice, discover. Until they realized, noticed, identified the American Sign Language System, ASL. It is a particular language based on kinesthetics, body movements, for the deaf, For the deaf, it means those who cannot hear, and they need to communicate with each other based on body movements and facial expressions. And okay, that is often used by deaf. Deaf means those who are not able to hear. It's a kind of disability or handicap. They have had to modify the language somewhat in order to accommodate the animals' spontaneous gestures. Yeah, here accommodate means to account for, to just make a good contribution, and yeah. They have had to modify or change the language somewhat in order to accommodate the animals' spontaneous gestures, to include. Actually, the animals refers to chimpanzees, spontaneous, unplanned gesture. What is the difference between gesture and posture? If you wonder, let me see. Okay. Gesture. Okay. And versus posture. You know, these are two counterparts. Gesture refers to actually dynamic positions that you take. It is moving, dynamic, it is changing. But when you take a posture or take a pose, P-O-S-E, it means that more or less it is static. It is motionless. So that is the difference between gesture and posture. Okay, with a mixture of innate movements and learned ones refers to movements. Some laboratory, American pronunciation, laboratory, British pronunciation. Chimps now have an extensive vocabulary. With a mixture of or blending of, innate means natural, instinctive. Let me write instinctive. Based on instinct. Instinctive. Instinctive. Yeah, based on your instinct. And the noun form is instinct. Instinct is an innate, natural tendency to do something. For example, it has been said that survival is the strongest instinct. Survival. It means getting by, continuing living. Okay. So a mixture of innate, natural movements and learned ones. For learned, you can say acquired. Something that you get from the environment. And learned ones, some laboratory chimps now have an extensive vocabulary. A vocabulary that has been extended. Okay. So let me see. Sample sentences. Number 1. His innate cunning allowed him to see through the spy's subterfuge. His innate and natural cunning. Cunning means deceitfulness, slyness, deceitfulness. For example, it has been said that foxes are cunning creatures or animals. It means that they are not easily fooled. Okay. So his cunning, innate cunning allowed him to see through, means understand, to get the code of, or let's say construe, see through. The spies Subterfuge. Subterfuge means deceitfulness, deception. Let me write them down. Deceitfulness or deception. Guilefulness. Okay. So he could understand that the spy was just defrauding people or was trying to cheat him. The divers made an abortive attempt to rescue the duck from the murky waters. Divers, those who just dive into the water with some equipment, for example a tank of oxygen or capsule on oxygen, made an abortive attempt, so their efforts were in vain. Their efforts were in vain, no matter how hard they tried to rescue, to save the duck from the murky waters. Murky means dark and obscure waters. So the duck was getting drowned in the water, and the divers were trying to rescue the duck. They rescue it, but they couldn't, unfortunately. Number 3, because Phil refused to modify his philosophy, the directors were forced to invalidate his appointment. So Phil refused to modify, to change. He did not accept to change his philosophy, his ideology, and because of that the directors and managers were forced to invalidate and cancel his appointment, his position, his arranged time, here his position it must mean. Okay. Number 4, my English teacher admonished me. I realized that the speech was to be a spontaneous, but it was not supposed to be incoherent or fraught with fallacious statement. This is what the teacher said, in quotation marks, inverted commas. Okay. My English teacher admonished and advised me or criticized me, admonished me. And he or she said, I realized that the speech was to be spontaneous, was supposed to be here, was scheduled to be. I know that you were supposed to be spontaneous in your speech, but it was not supposed to be incoherent. It means it really lacked coherence. And what is coherence? A harmony that must exist between the sentences and different parts of something. You know, it was not harmonious, or fraught with, full of, replete with fallacious statements. Fallacious means false statements, you know, so it did not make a logical whole. It was cut corner. In English we say when you cut corners. Let me write it down. Cut corners. Okay. It means that what you produce is not harmonious. The pieces do not make a logical whole. Unity, did not have unity. Number 5, a quarrel was precipitated when the dietitian refused to accommodate the patient's special needs. Quarrel, a very serious argument, was precipitated, hastened, caused, triggered, when the dietitian, a person who is specialized in dietary subjects, a nutritionist, you know, a special kind of nutritionist, refused, did not accept to accommodate or consider include the patient's special needs. So the patient did not accept to just give his or her ears to the dietitian, and somehow actually did not want to accept the dietitian's advice anymore because the dietitian did not pay attention to the patient's special needs. Okay, matching part. Abortive means fruitless, useless, failing. Modify, to change. Noun is modification. Accommodate, to make fit, adjust to. Spontaneous, without preparation, unrehearsed. Innate, natural. And the idiom under the wire means just in time, till the last moment. Okay, Hank hesitated about his term paper for 2 months and finally submitted it just under the wire. So he just was hesitant or procrastinated or postponed about his term paper, which is a very important part of your let's say ultimate score at the end of the term, particularly in the United States, as a kind of continuous assessment. It means it refers to a kind of portfolio assessment or assignment that you should develop during the term and not just at the end of the term through final examinations. Okay, for 2 months and finally submitted and turned in it to the teacher, for example, just under the wire, at the just actually at the last moment. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this unit, and let me see. Yeah, okay, thank you for your attention and have a great time.